Well, I think Northeast Asia in general is, with the focus on North Korea, particularly, as there are disputes about islands between Japan and China and between Korea and Japan, and then you add this really very dangerous nuclear issue right on the top of all that. So there's a lot going on in that area which could be very dangerous for all of us.
Yeah, look, I think, the peninsula has always functioned under an umbrella of extreme tension, because of the way the Korean War was concluded. An armistice and a truce was in place with a ceasefire line roughly approximating the 38th parallel. So there's never been a formal peace treaty, which means that de facto the two countries have always been in a state of war. And North Korea in particular has always felt threatened on two fronts. One was by the large military presence of the United States in the region, and then also, very antagonistic relations with Japan. And remember that Japan and the United States have a very close defense cooperation kind of arrangement. Well, I think, this was really spurred by the joint military exercise called the Fold Eagle, where, heavy U.S. assets, bombers like the B-52 and the B-2 stealth bombers with nuclear capability have participated in the exercise, on the one hand. The other, I think, is also a historic factor. The fact that, conservatives in South Korea, starting with Lee Myung-bak, and now continuing under the present President Park Geun-hye, have been very uncompromising in terms of what they demand by way of denuclearization of North Korea as a condition for continuing what was started under President Kim Dae-jung, the Sunshine Policy aimed at dialogue, negotiation, kind of lessening the tensions, etc. I think the paranoia on the part of the South, which has always been a function of how that country has been run on the basis of a very strong cult of personality, starting with Kim Il-sung right up to the present Kim Jong-un, although he has made some movements towards liberalization. But I think the high level of military posturing, the bellicosity that has existed since 1950, that is really a function in these escalating tensions. These apocalyptic threats have always been there, but I think we have to also factor in the voices of Russia and China. I think they're great levelers. They provide a kind of equilibrium of reason and sanity, if I can say that. And I don't think, North Korea will hasten into precipitate action without the kind of endorsement or support of China and Russia, particularly China, because China has a geopolitical presence and a geopolitical kind of authority that North Korea cannot ignore. China has participated very actively in a range of UN resolutions around North Korea's nuclear program. It has taken very strong stances when necessary, and I don't think, that the young Kim Jong-un and his generals will make any rash move that will not be sanctioned by China in the first place or supported by Russia in the second instance.